Okay, I think we are in our live on YouTube. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. This is Ayla, and I will guide this conversation. More people is coming, sorry. Uh, so, guys, as I said, uh, now, Yasmin, how are you, Yasmin? Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, guys. I'm good. What about you?
I'm fine, thank you. Uh, so, uh, our live on YouTube, and today we are going to talk about homelessness. But before I will explain a little bit about how Talking Talk works. Okay, so Talking Talk is a language conversation platform for beginners, intermediate, and advanced speakers. Here you can practice, beside English, you can practice Spanish, French, Italy, and Mandarin. And here is a safe place. So, guys, feel free to make mistakes. Here, it's a space created uh, for our improvement, and here is a place to improve our confidence, and because there is no judgment, there is no correction, because I'm not a teacher. In fact, I'm uh, uh, so far away from to be a teacher. I'm just a English student, and but I can improve my English learning with you, uh, because he is a place when we practice in a real environment, and this is a way we can uh, enhance our English skills a lot. And I think it's a good place for us as a language learners. So what else? I think it's that's it. Now today with me is Camila, Mary, Pedro, Yasmin. I think we don't need to split us in blackout room. Uh, I think we can start in this main room. Okay, and I will put the questions on chat. Uh, Yasmin, can you see the questions? I don't know if you, Yasmin, please. I will put again, because I'm not sure if everyone received the questions. So just a minute. Okay. Um, okay, I think we can introduce ourselves. I will start. My name is Ayla. I, I'm from Belém, the land of Açaí. I was born here, guys. I was born and raised here in Belém. I'm married. I have one daughter. My daughter is 26. She's an adult already, and she's my best friend. Um, I work as a public servant, and beside, I try not. I I'm so engaged to learn language. I so appreciated it. I study English and French, also here on Talk and Talk. And I think it's a good way for me to get out my comfort zone. I think my mindset improved a lot since I decided to study another language. Not only study, but enjoy this process, I think. Okay, I think that's it. Uh, Today, we are going to talk about homelessness. I I bring this subject because I consider a good subject. It's a little hard to talk because there are a lot of complex situations to talk, but I think it's good. I think we can try to improve and to face our challenge day by day, immersion by immersion by immersion. I don't know if I pronunciate right the immersion, Camila. And that's it, and that's it. And I would like to ask you, Camila, my friend, please introduce yourself for us.
Hello, Ayla. Hello, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here again. My name is Camila. I am 40 years old. I work as an accountant in an energy company. I live in São Paulo. It's really cold today here. Let me see what else. I am here on Talk and Talk since April, and I discovered Talk and Talk through LinkedIn. I became a host last month here. So I love this platform. I believe that the right place that you can practice not only English, but you can study another language. In my free time, I love to study these kind of things like a language and other kind of things about development, personal development. And let me see what else. I think that's it.
Thank you, Camila. Thank you for sharing. Mary, your turn, please.
Hi guys, my name is Mariangela. I live in Atibaia, São Paulo. I'm 32 years old. I study analysis and the systems development. Actually, I work from home, but I search a new job, and begin. I start English class in Talk and Talking since in June 2024. It's my second month, the end second month, né? And in my free time, I like read a book, listen to music. Yesterday, I began reading my Bible version in English. It's a different perspective of me. I have an opportunity understand the new words, understand the new construction phrases, any others. That's it.
Okay, thank you, Mary. And you, Pedro, please introduce yourself.
Good afternoon, everyone. So after before I presented myself, I'm sorry, like my camera is a little bit dark because in this time of the day I don't have a blackout curtain, so the sun's coming here and it's not good in the camera. But let's go. Now, my name is
Welcome.
Pedro. I am 25 years old. I'm from Belo Horizonte. Today got very cold too. I saw in the news like yesterday, but real fast like the temper like it get down, but I don't know the reasons. But today is real cold here. No, not now because this afternoon the sun comes here and I'm not too cold, but all the day is real cold. I've been in the talk like 3 months, and I am here to develop my conversation skills.
Nice. Thank you, Pedro. And you, Yasmin.
Hi guys, I'm Yasmin. I'm 19 years old. I'm from São Paulo, capital. Here is cold today too. I live here with my parents and my cat too. Nowadays, I'm cursing systems analysis and development, the same course of Mary. And in my free time, I like to read books, watch series, and I've been here in Talk and Talk since of September of last year, so almost 1 year been here.
Thank you, Yasmin. Okay, guys, I think we can start now to answer the questions. And I think, who would you like to start to answer?
I start.
Okay. Okay.
What are the main causes of homelessness in your city or country? It's a very interesting subject. I have so many difficulty about this because I don't understand. I don't present in this general situation, but I think so. So many people live in homeless because lack of money or mental problems, depressions. I think so. To running away from the past or something that affects your life. I think. I think. Sometimes I think these persons live in these situations because have a fear, tem medo de enfrentar a realidade. I don't forgot this in English. This I think so. That's it.
Okay. Thank you for sharing, Mary. I agree with you. I think I read a little bit about this, the reason, because sometimes I don't know, but I think uh, why these people ended up on the street. How do they survive, or who helps them, or I don't know, what does the future hold for homeless? These questions come to my mind sometimes when I see these people on the street. And so I think I agree with you, Mary. I think there are a lot of reasons, but I think the main cause of homelessness are things like losing a job, or um, alcohol addiction, addictions, or family problems, or mental health, mental disorders, not have enough affordable housing. It's a reality. And yeah, I think it's the main reason for me. And it's a complex. Sometimes there is no only a reason, but a complex, the situation. The situation that can lead someone to live on the street, to live without affordable housing. So it's so complicated. It's a really social problem, and it that affects us too, because there is other problems involved, like insecurity, and other types of situation can affect us also. Yeah. Let me know a little bit more, Camila. What is your opinion about this question?
This is a tough question, right? I believe here in São Paulo, we welcome people from other cities that are trying to live a better life in São Paulo. And this could be a main reason, because if you don't could get this better life here, or the price of the rent here, it's really expensive. And sometimes the job that kind of people can't receive is not in the same level about the price of the things to survive here. And I believe we have, I don't know how to say that in English, put a note here, rodoviária here, that receive people from other cities almost every day. And was a city that others could dream to live here, right? My mom's was from Recife, and she arrived here in São Paulo since maybe, I don't know, 15 years ago. 50, not 15. And I believe nowadays this is not so the dream city, right? Because we are facing this kind of problems. We have the Cracolândia, it's a huge problem here. And I believe that if you want to live here, you need to pay the price, but sometimes it's not possible, right?
Yeah, it's a good point what you said about how expensive is the cost of to live in a city. So especially in, in big cities like São Paulo. Yeah, in Belém it's the same. Unfortunately, it's so expensive, and because these people have difficulty how no good houses. Uh, um, there is a problem about the security, the transportation, the cleaner, limpezas, a lot of issues about this. Yeah, I think it's the same in a lot of cities in Brazil, not only Brazil, but in other countries. Yeah. And you, Pedro, what is your opinion? Thank you, Camila.
So, I'm not following like the real reasons, like follow the searches and other things to be more compromised. But I have my opinion. Like the what everyone said in this immersion, I agree with that. Like mental health, like the prices of to buy some immobile or the rent is very high in this moment. Like the inflation is very high. When we always saw like the prices, if you want to live like near from your work, like in the central regions, you will feel like oh my gosh, it's very high. So it's the reason like to have these loves and the not central areas, because the people don't have money to pay like a central region, so get for the more distance, like more fair this place. So I think things like that, but I think that they maybe have some research more actually to comprove like these things. But I think this point is very good.
Yes, thank you, Pedro. And now, let me know, please, Miss, what did you think about this question?
I think the main causes are, the first is drug addiction, because when someone starts to be addicted by drugs, it starts to depend on it and need to buy more and more and always buy, and starts to sell their own things to buy it, like sells television, sells sofas, and at one point sells the home. for buy it. And at so many cases, the family don't wanna to help more because sometimes get on a point that the person didn't wanna help, just wanna use it and will use it and will steal persons, the family person to buy it. So start to steal things for another's. And because of that, family didn't so many times don't want to help. And other thing that was very, very common, mainly on small cities that didn't have social assistance for that, is families that have preconceito with, I forgot how is preconceito, let me search. Is prejudice with LGBTQIA+ person. So, so many times, these families, mainly in cities that is small, it starts to know the person is LGBT, and so many times get say to this person, get out from the home, or starts to be violent with this person. Sometimes start try to even kill the person. So is a situation that in locals that isn't assistance of some locals, like here in São Paulo. I know that is some places that have social assistance for that, but isn't in all of the places. And when the people don't have assistance of anyone, the people starts to live on the streets or starts to work with prostitution to have money to food and to live. And I think this is the main causes. And other thing is how expensive rents are here in São Paulo. Most of rents are 100 mil, I think is 100 reais for under. So it's really, really expensive, and the paid for job isn't enough to pay the rent, to pay food to eat, to pay buys like water and light too. So I think this is the main causes.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for sharing, and good point. And as you said about the violence, the situation, especially the LGBT people, I would like to ask you guys, Pedro, the question the number 13. How does no, I think 12. How does the experience of homelessness differ for men, women, and children, and LGBT? What did you think about this?
Yes. Oh, I think it's very difficult because like we have like some prejudice, like some bias, like for I think for everything for women we know the things is difficult because like you can choose like your clothes to if you want like to go to the streets, like you have to be judged by the people. It's very complicated. So in this experience, like the homeless environment, I think it's have a big difference. Like for men's have complications, but for women's like you more I don't know how to say that, but you know, you are more exposed, you have more exposure for the problems like some DST or other problems. And I think like that thing for children, it's difficult like to be a good education too, because if you I don't have a home to live, how I supposed to study and do the other things. And the for children's too, I think like you you grow up in the space like to don't have the things, and how I can get down the situation. It's a very complicated if you don't have a focus, and if you really want to get out of the situation, you just stay and you will just continue. It's a real sad.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think men, women, children, and other people who suffer prejudice and discrimination, especially the community of LGBT plus, they think they can experience uh, homelessness differently. For example, women, as Pedro said, children are more uh, exposure uh, uh, from violence situation. And while men, I think men might face different social judgment because sometimes no, I think it's common, uh, especially in the past when people said, "Oh, the men should must provide their family." So I think it support their family, and it's like some like that, I think. And children, they are so affected, especially because of their education and development can also be severely affected, and it's so difficult because the children has right to be access to education, and they are so affected, unfortunately. Yeah. What do you think about this, Mary?
Guys, it's so very difficult to imagine the situation. For me, it's very difficult because I have how can I say work voluntary. I'm a work voluntary. I have so many contact. Sometimes this is specifically this person that my church um, send food and clothes and the other things. Uh, we are have experience and different experience about this. Um, about this woman and the man and the children. It's very difficult because I believe that people are separated in shelters. In my city, have a shelters, except children from their mothers. Um, in special case and for women, they are at a high risk of abuse on the streets. Children stay away from school, start to work at street lights, né, nos semáforos. Some steal, others use drugs. So many difficulties imagining the situation of the persons, humans and the men and the children. Uh, the the city don't have structure suficiente, né? Don't have structures for this person, for the situations, né? Então, sometimes these persons ficam, né, ficam nas ruas mesmo, né? É difícil. É difícil até de falar, é difícil até de falar, porque a gente acaba lidando com esse tipo de pessoa no trabalho voluntário, às vezes, né? É difícil. I don't have imagined this. My family, I have a son, né? I have a difficulty sometimes about this.
Yeah, it's difficult. It's hard. Okay, thank you for sharing, Mary. And Mary said a good point and about the voluntary work, and I so appreciated who is a volunteer. Unfortunately, I've never had this experience. I think to be supportive, but because this, I would like to ask you, Camila, the question number 4. How can communities support homeless individuals and families?
I was ready for that other question, but that's okay.
No, feel free if
No,
you
that's okay. I just want to add something. I was thinking, listen, you guys, about 3 main reasons for me. It's like if a woman get divorced from a violence relationship and this girl cannot provide or live by herself without any help. And if you have a kid, they go to live on the street because they decide to do it instead of living in this violence environment. This was a point for me. And another was about education. That mother could not provide education from the kid because she is worried about other things, about find a job and find a place to live, maybe. And another point that I was thinking here, thinking about men, is when they left prison and the family doesn't provide a place to live. And I believe this could be a main reason to live on the streets because the guy cannot live in another place. I don't know if you have a shelter specific for this, but I was thinking about these 3 points. And I guess, for example, here in São Paulo, I don't know if the communities has I don't know, the huge community to help all the people who need it. I know we have a question here regarding the COVID and pandemic times, but I realize in that time huge number of people live on the streets. So I guess this could be a connection too. And this is not too long, I guess. You are not able to change your life living on the street so fast, in my opinion. So that's it. I was thinking about all the things.
Nice, nice. It's good. It's good. I think I will try to answer different questions because the subject is so complex, and
No, I
I
love
think
it.
I try to put some comment we can enjoy more, I think. Maybe. And okay, Pedro, what do you think this question number 4, please? How can communities support homeless individuals and families? What do you think is some example? What do you think?
Yes, I think it's very important, like make the support for this kind of people, like made good actions. Like talking by São Paulo, I remember I saw the some news about the São Paulo and the other cities gave like the design when we called that bad patterns, like make things like to make worse. I remember we saw like so much city stale, like doing like some put some speakly rocks in under the bridges for the homeless can't sleeping there. So it's this situation like to it's not the real reason to deal with that, like to resolve the problem by the uh solve the real problem, like just make some different things to put the problem like in other side. So I think it's very important, like volunteer workers, it's essential. I work like a little time, but I have to be honest. I have to get to do this job again because it's a real important. Even for us, it is which we sometimes we can think about like yes, I go once per year or something like that, but for the people it's a real importance like have people because I saw in this work volunteer like it's not just help with money, but some people just want to talk like to be listening, and these are real important for the people.
Yeah, very good. Very good. I agree with you. I I think okay, communities is so important to help shelters, for example, donate clothes and food, but it's other kind of helping. It's to to have this to provide this person opportunity to talk about themselves because they uh, usually have a low self-esteem. They have emotional problems a lot, and I think it's other way to help them because they suffer a lot prejudice and discrimination, and I think it's important to see them in a empathetic way and to listen to them. I think it's important. It's a other kind of help for these people. It's complicated, I know, because they sometimes I think no, I think most of the time they suffer, they struggle with the problems, uh drug addiction, alcohol addictions, and it could be no any help, but a professional help and instructions and I don't know to offer opportunity to enhance their abilities. Maybe I don't know. It's a huge examples about this. I think it's strange because we we are in a technology, uma era tecnológica, but we have difficulty to to deal with this kind of problems. Yeah, it's a huge challenge. Yeah. What did you think about it, this, Yasmin?
I agree with you all. I think there are so many ways to help them, even without a direct volunteer work, but I already see people that help other people, giving food monthly and things like that, that are small acts that can really, really change this environment, because you think, oh, I am giving I don't know, one one snack. But sometimes this one snack is the only thing that the person will have to eat in that day. And I think other way to help is really, really common that poor families, the children poor families go to school mainly to eat. Public schools have this great thing that is give free food to children, and health food too. Isn't bad food, is a health food. And it is so common the holidays come and children keep going to school even without classes, just to eat. So it's really, really common. And that was one point that became a worry on the pandemic years, because for these children that go to school only for eat, or what they will do in what they would do in the pandemic years, because school started to close it, and isn't possible to get on there the first. And I remember some schools start to make food and deliver food in these poor families. Like the school isn't open, you have your class on your home, like in distance way, but you have the food delivered in your home to eat. And this can really, really help, not just with people that live at streets that are homeless, because here in our country we have people that have a home, but still having a home, are living in a poor situation, that have money to eat now, but didn't know if he will have money to eat tomorrow, for example. So is a problem, but I think still are people that help. And if even a small help makes a big difference for them. So it's really necessary.
Yeah, I agree with you. And what you said reminded me when I was a child and I was in the high school. I remember to see the situation when there was there was some children who went to school only for food, to have access to food. Oh, guys, it's so sad for me. I don't know. I think it's it's a, a problem not only the government, but the society in general. And I think uh, because this I consider a good uh, role from the schools and the organization in general, and government also. Policies is so important to change it. But I think we need to be more aware and more empathetic about this problem, and especially when affected children. And so, okay, now I think I don't know. I think I can um, maybe each one can choose some question to answer. Please, Camila, could you choose some any question or whatever you want to answer?
Mm, I guess we can talk about the pandemic. It's a good way to say about this. I was thinking something here, as Yasmin said, sometimes it's like a cycle, right? If you grow up in childhood issues and you cannot find a job because you don't have education and you don't have any option. So I guess sometimes it's like a cycle. And another thing that I was thinking here, it's about the incentive, like sports. We are seeing in the Olympic Games that they are not born rich. They were so simple, living in not in the streets, of course. I don't know all the people there, but they have some difficulties. They need to pay sometimes to go to training, and I believe this could be like a good example how to help an incentive on school about sports and of course education, because if you don't have education you cannot find a job properly, and this is like a circle. You cannot leave this. And regarding the pandemic, I believe that was the time that I realized the high number of homeless in my neighbor. I know we cannot go outside in that time, but I was looking at the street and it was so, I don't know the correct way to say is dirty, but I cannot remember something better to say because sounds rude, right? When you say dirty, but in that time I could see a huge number of people living on the streets because the restaurant was not open here in São Paulo, for example, and they maybe needed from this monthly salary to survive, I believe. So I would like to share this.
Yeah, it's so very good what you said. I remember now it's I I do believe uh, how the importance of sport and art. I think sport and art can change lives, and it's a good example. Yeah, I so appreciate it. It's a good example. Okay, thank you, Camila. And Mary, please, could you choose another question? Feel free, whatever you want.
I agree if Camila said yes, me said it too. I see the questions, but I think so interesting. Number 8, how can affordable housing help reduce homelessness? For me, I think so affordable housing help reduce don't have unique opportunity. I think so more important is I believe there must also be psychological work. The persons living in homeless and incentive and opportunity work. My the principal point of view is psychological. Psychological. I think if you don't have a good psychological, don't have nothing. No. You don't have your new opportunities. Don't have change your expectations about your life. So many important is a good body, a good health, a good body, a good mental. It's so in the first time. It's so many important. Change your mind. Open your eyes about the opportunities, about a new opportunities. Então, I believe it's good idea affordable housing help reduce. It's a very important, but not first time decision for me. That's it.
Thank you, Mary. Thank you for sharing. Pedro, could you choose some question? If you want to answer the same question, feel free, okay?
Okay, I will choose the number 9. I think he have a connection like we talked in the beginning of the immersion. What are the social stigmas associated with homelessness and how can they be addressed? So we talk about like the reasons the people come to get out the home and live in the streets, and we talk about the alcoholic and the drug addiction. But I think like the problems with mental health is very important because when I used to skateboard when I was younger, I had more contact with these people, like knew like the history of them, and I remember I saw a lot of people like have mental problems, and for being more innocent in this point, he doesn't want to use drugs or drink alcohol, but in the environment, the people with the bad intentions like do that with them. And the real reasons I saw like some people's like have mental problems, I saw like the history like the parents don't have a monetary condition to help them and don't know how to deal with that, and the only choice the people have is get off the houses and they get on the streets, and they like for us like living the real world is very difficult because we have real bad problems, and I can imagine for the people like we have some they have like some problems with the mental, like to for be more innocent in some points, like dependently like the I don't know how to say grau de these problems, so it's a real complicated, and I don't know how we can help they for be honest. But I think like they have some assistant is very important in the cities.
Yeah, very good point. Congratulations, Pedro. Uh, okay, I think Yasmin, I think we have a little time, but I think we can answer one more question, please.
Okay, I will choose the 15 about the pandemic years, and I think the pandemic years affect in a way that people that was really, really poor and already have a work, but a work that need to be physical, loses their work and became more poor and need to start to live in streets because they didn't have money enough to pay things, to pay the house and paid food to eat. And I think these really occur in some situations. And another is people starts to get out so much from home. And the main way that homeless asks things is at the street. So they asks for money or for food. And if people that help starts to get all of the time at home, they will not have more contact with them. So they stop to ask because people stop to get out of home. And sometimes is the only way that these people have access to food or to money. And here I don't know if is in all of the country, but here in São Paulo, there is a place that people buy food for like a meal, like a dinner for 1 real. So sometimes you help with 1 coin of 1 real, and people can have a good meal. So I think 1 point these places stars that help with making food and meals starts to stop too, and starts to close, and they get out. They cannot have so many access to help. So I think affected in so many ways, but this was the principal ways that affect.
Nice, guys. Congratulations, you all. I enjoyed a lot in this conversation. It's so hard for me.
For me too.
But our time is over, and I would like to thank you all. Thank you a lot, Camila, Pedro, Yasmin, and Mary.
Thank you so much.
Unfortunately, we don't have more time, but I put the link of survey, and please, I would like to ask you to give some suggestion to evaluate my mission for my improvement. Okay, it was
Okay.
a pleasure for me, and I hope to see you the next time. And take care. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Thanks so much, Ayla.
Thank you. Thank you,
Good
everyone.